Welcome to this week's edition of Then We Eat. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. If you've been here before, welcome back. So Christmas is just around the corner. We're into the final stretches. So this week we'll be making Christmas Wife-Saver Casserole. This is an absolutely fantastic breakfast that's quick and easy for Christmas morning. You make it the day before and you cook it just before you're ready to eat it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our sausage. I've got 12 that I'm going to cook. My recipe, I'm only going to use 6. My package came in 12, I'm going to cook them all. So let's get those in the oven and start them cooking. While our sausage are cooking, let's prepare the rest of the ingredients. First thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our bread. My recipe calls for 6 slices of white bread with the crust removed. I'm going to start with 4, cut the crust off, see if they fit, and then I'll go back and do the other 2 if I need it. My pan is a little bit smaller than I normally use. I don't need to make as much this year, so we're just going to make it to fit the pan. And you're just going to slice off the crust. You want to keep as much of the bread as you can. And don't throw this away. This makes great stuffing. So just put it in your freezer, wait till you're ready to stuff your turkey, chop it all up, and you've got the start of your stuffing. I'm just going to throw those in a bag for now. So the next thing we need to do is we need to prepare our dish. This is the dish that I'm using. I'm just going to put some spray in the bottom so that nothing sticks to the bottom when it's time to eat. Now we need to arrange our bread, make sure it fits into our pan. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put a layer of bread to completely cover the bottom of your pan. So that took 2.5 pieces of bread. So I'm going to need 5 pieces total, so I'll cut the crust off my last piece and then we'll continue. So I'm going to set my pan aside while we get the rest of the ingredients going. I've got my bowl out. To my bowl I'm going to add 3 eggs and I'm going to whisk those together. To our eggs, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon of each. To our bowl, we're going to start adding all the rest of our ingredients. That will include 1/2 teaspoon of dried mustard. We're going to add 1/4 cup of chopped onion and 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper. A teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Today I'm going to be using our homemade sriracha. I'm just going to add a dash of this. If you don't have sriracha, you can use Tabasco or you can use anything hot that you'd like to put in here. If you don't like it hot, skip this. My dash is going to be 1/4 teaspoon. And my last ingredients is 1.5 cups of milk. We'll give this a mix. And we're going to set this aside while we build the rest of our casserole. Now the next step is to cut that sausage that we had in the oven. So now with our sausage, I'm just going to cut them in half. Now we've got our bread in the bottom of the bowl. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our sausage on top of that. Now we're going to put a layer of cheese on top of that. This is just old cheddar cheese that I got from the store that I've cut into slices. They're about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. So we'll put a layer of the cheese on. And the last step is to put another layer of bread on top. So there we go. Basically what we've done is we've made ourselves a sandwich. Now our next step is to add our wet ingredients that we mixed up in the bowl. We're just going to dump it over the top of our bread. Make sure you get it over all of your bread. And there you have it. There's your casserole. I'm going to put some plastic wrap over this, put the lid on it, and now it goes in the fridge overnight. So the best part about this is when you get up Christmas morning, you just take it out of the fridge, pop it in the oven, and breakfast is ready. We'll be back after this has been in the fridge overnight. So we'll see you tomorrow. I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for watching the video. Hit the like button if you've liked what you've seen so far. Comment down below, did you like watching us make this video? Or better yet, what would you like to see us make next? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share it with all your friends. Everybody needs to know a nice Christmas breakfast. So thanks for watching. Well, good morning. Well, for me at least it's good morning. For you it's only been a couple of seconds. Well, it's the next day and our breakfast is ready to go in the oven. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our casserole dish and we're going to put it into a baking pan lined with tin foil. And the reason I'm doing this is in case it bubbles over, I've got the tin foil in the bottom of the pan to catch all the drippings. Okay, so we're going to put a topping on this, and I'm going to use some plain chips that I'm going to crumble up. So let's give the chips a crush. So now we need to add 1/4 cup of melted butter to the top of the casserole. Yep. And then we're going to add the chips. We're just going to sprinkle them on top. We want to make sure that the top is covered. So we're going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for about an hour, just until it's brown on top. So we'll see you after it's cooked. So our casserole has come out of the oven. We've let it sit for 10 minutes. Now it's time to cut it and try it. I can't wait. Now for the tricky part, getting it out in one piece. Okay, so now we need a bite. We need to make sure we get everything. Just as I always remember it. This is a recipe that we've been using for years. My mom used to make this when we were kids, and it's a recipe that I've continued on through our family traditions. I make it every Christmas, and my son just loves it. He looks forward to it every year. It's always on the table for our Christmas morning. So thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends doing whatever it is that you do. I urge you to try this recipe. You won't regret it. And don't forget, first we cook, then we eat.